So, first, don't ever be afraid to ask for help because someone has the answer to your problem. So, always talk to your network about a problem you're having. Someone has the answer and it's solvable. Two, take the time off. You will have another hour to do the work. It will be there Monday morning when you come back from the long weekend. Take the time, spend it while you can.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to my show. My name is Tiffany Alexander, and this is Unveiling Journeys. I'm so excited to have you here today. Can I just tell you a smidge about me? I I love people. I love hanging out with people. I love bringing encouragement and excitement to people, and I love getting to know people so much. But what ends up happening is I end up sharing something about myself, and they end up sharing something about me, and I'm like, "You're so cool. How can I share you to people that I know?" And or, "Oh my gosh, you're so cool. Can I know more people just like you? And by the way, do you know anybody that I should know?" Right? Like who do you know that we could share? And it ends up just being a little bit of a circle of sharesies with people. And I call it networking nowadays, and I just love being able to thrive on that. But by all means, if you don't ask, you're not going to have people offer anything up like that. But also, you kind of put yourself out there. So naturally, I've been getting to know some of the coolest people. And that's why the show was born. They were like, "Tiff, you should have a podcast and interview the people that you meet." I'm like, I can do that. I think I can do that. So here we are. Here's the show. And I have some phenomenal guests all the time for you guys. And yet again, a great guest today. And by the power of networking is how we met. And do me a favor, welcome Kathy to the show. Thank you so much for being here. So happy to have you. Do me a favor, tell everybody a little bit about who you are and what you're up to right now.
Yeah, so I'm Kathy Feather. I'm a certified operations director and a travel advisor. So I really help people get their back office in order so that they get to go out and enjoy the life that they want to live, whether that be traveling, whether that be going to kids' sports events, really just having time off to make those memories with friends and family. And so
Oh man, you do the stuff that I don't want to do. Like, can you just come close and like take everything off my desk for me
I
today?
do the stuff a lot of people don't wanna do. The statistic, unfortunately, is, there's, one of us for every 4 to 5 business owners.
Well, I mean, could you do what you do for like multiple business owners at the same time?
A
Then
lot of us, when we're working with the solopreneurs and the smaller businesses, we do fractional work, and that's primarily what I do. I love it because I do get to make a bigger difference in a small
yeah,
business.
this is so fun because I think there is a space for everyone. And if you're going to do what you do and you want to thrive and love on it, like, heck yeah. Do I want to do my own bookkeeping? No. Do I want to do my own
Me
taxes?
neither. I don't
No.
do
Do I
bookkeeping.
want to, yeah. Do I want to do like, oh gosh, like some of those hard conversations or organization? No, I don't. So I'm going to have somebody that they thrive on doing stuff like that. And because you love doing this also for small business owners, I'm friends with a bunch of small business owners that I'm like, I need to tell people about you that you're someone that's available. They didn't even know was in a world that existed in their land that you could immediately help them. What does it feel like when someone's thinking, gosh, I'm just, fill in the blank? Like, what are their smoke signals they're
I
putting
I
off that they
hear a
need to hire
lot
you?
of very similar, "I'm stuck." And stuck can be a couple of different things for people, but one of the biggest ones is I've tried things and they're not working. And really being willing to jump into the what's not working and explore it
Sure.
because most of the time we can fix it. And being overwhelmed by the tech because let's admit it, there's new SaaS companies coming up daily and we all sign up for the free trials. Sometimes we forget to cancel them. Cancel them if you're not using them, folks. But really, truly, then you end up with a tech stack in your back office of all these things, and none of them play nice together. And so, really talking through what makes sense for your business. What do you need the things in your back office tech to do for your business? And eliminating all the other noise.
Oh, I love that so much. For example, someone said, "Oh, you start your podcast, you should go open a Zoom account." So I opened a Zoom account and I was like, "Okay, so this just records?" And then I moved over. Someone's like, "You should try Riverside." I'm like, "Oh, it records and edits and publishes and then creates the copy and then puts the lyrics or, whatever
The
on the bottom
transcripts,
of
yeah.
it." Thank you. And I was like, this is a multifunctional thing that I would have way rather had at first than this one. So even nowadays knowing some of these cool tools that people have, it's adding more tech to it because it's so easy to add that you could help somebody be more efficient even just with existing tech they're maybe already comfortable with, or be like, scrap that. This one's easier. Just let me learn you for 5 minutes and then we can move forward.
100%. So, and AI is the game changer for all of it. So, it was you do this tool, you do this tool, you do this tool, and now everybody's building it into their tools. So you don't need 5 different subscriptions hanging out on there. It's built into the project management tools you're using. It's built into the Google Workspace you're using. Use what you're already paying for.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And you're here to make all that happen and prove it, right? It's like make it actually working for them, or it'll maybe get them to the point of comfortability. Because quite honestly, some of these tools, if somebody had just sat me down and walked me through it as a visual learner, I would have been so much better off than me being thrown into like, well, go watch the tutorial. It's like the tutorial's not working for me. I need like, yeah. So this is exciting. Now, also you said you do travel
Mhm.
agency stuff. What's that?
So I do personal travel planning and group travel planning. So business retreats, family, multi-gen family get-togethers and major milestone events, 50th birthdays, and really I take all of the stress out of the travel planning. So people come to me with a rough budget and a destination and the number of people they want to go and their dates that they want to travel, and I come to them with the options that work within their budget and within the timelines and availability that they need.
Why do I always forget stuff like this exists? I think to myself, oh, it's gonna whatever, it's one of those silly travel websites, and then they've got a bunch of commercials out, but you're still booking all this stuff yourself, and you're hoping, and maybe they're being paid off by those people to have the highest ad, and may not be the best place, but you're doing it. How do you get like? Do you get paid from them? Like you don't even charge for your services,
I
right?
don't charge for the services. The one exception to that is the airlines. The airlines don't like to pay travel advisors, folks. It's a our prices there keep going up, but yeah. And so, really, truly, the suppliers, when you book a Hilton hotel, when you use Expedia, my commission is built into that.
Oh, that's great.
And when you use me for those services, you have me should something go wrong, because unfortunately, sometimes it does. But when you use me, they pay me.
Oh,
When you go through yourself, you're spending all of the time and energy yourself, they're keeping that extra profit. So not only are you getting the back assurance that you have someone with you to help you plan the entire trip and make all the decisions. And when I mean all the decisions, people traveling with infants, I can help get cribs and strollers to their location so it's there on arrival.
oh my gosh.
Transfers, all the things. And really, truly, if something goes wrong, you have someone to call and handle it, so you still get to enjoy the trip.
Yeah, man, that's
Costco's
fun.
not gonna do that for you.
Oh, yeah, I've never even used people say their travel's the best, but I think you still have to arrange it all yourself, so
You have to go in knowing what you want, they will book it for you, and then support,
I
hit
like
or
the
miss.
idea of knowing they're already gonna pay themselves or they're gonna pay you, may as well pay you, I mean, they're gonna pay you, so it's like, this is a way better idea. I forget about this stuff. That's why I'm so excited to have you on to hear about this other part of it.
Yeah.
Let's do this though. I wanna tell your whole story, your journey. Where are you from? Like, where did this all start? Did you think you were gonna be doing this as a kid? Like, what'd you even go to school for? Tell me all of it.
Yeah, so did I think I was gonna do this as a kid? Not at all. Not at all. I really thought I was gonna be a newspaper reporter because I'm old and we had newspapers and newspaper reporters were out everywhere and I could write, but I didn't have to be on a camera. Odd that I'm sitting here on this podcast with you. But, I really thought that's where I was gonna go. And I got out of school, so I went to college. I was born and raised on the West Coast, living here on the East Coast now. I got out of college for communications and went to school for the Press Telegram, a newspaper in Long Beach, California. I was in the sales department, um, hated every single minute of it.
It's a high stress place, right? I mean, they're seeking like weirdness all the time.
It was a high stress and daily newspaper, so constantly going. And so I went to work shortly thereafter for a company called EarthLink. Some of y'all remember them.
Earthly.
They were the AOL
.net.
competitor,
Yeah, yeah.
internet your way. I was in their marketing department. So I helped with the radio advertising as well as all the local events, and I loved it. I loved getting out to go different places and getting to interact with folks, and kind of funny since I'm an introvert, but loved it. Unfortunately, they merged and my job was moving to Atlanta, Georgia. And I didn't want to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Ironic now that I'm 2 hours away from Atlanta, Georgia, 50 years later, but it is what it is. And so I went to work for Memorex, spent a couple years there, really realized I wanted to move to Washington State. My great grandmother had been there. I loved it and moved up to Washington. A lot of different things happened. I can honestly say my career journey has been interesting. I had a job lined up before I went, but on day one, they laid off me and 80% of their staff. So I have bounced and learned things and have become the little like scrappy girl to figure it all out. Um, so I like to joke, I counted cards in a casino because I worked as a temporary employee for Muckleshoot Casino, and they used the old casino playing cards as their events giveaway, and they were punched. And my job was to literally sit there and count the deck of cards to make sure they were all um, speed ahead a number of years. I worked in consulting and project management for a lot of different companies, really fine tuning my project management skills because that's what I learned back at EarthLink that I was really good at. And what I
Oh,
love
yeah.
is
Yeah.
like the details. And so I have spent a greater career doing project management. When I was ready to move here to the East Coast, and there's a little more to the story. My dad had passed, mom and I were ready for a change. They got their start when they were first married here in South Carolina, where we are. So kind of bringing her full circle. And really, I recognized as much as I had a calling for the work I was doing, I was working with the Department of Children, Youth, and Families as a consultant. Um, the hours and the timing was just off. So I jumped off a cliff and went out to work for myself. Now, in there, pre COVID, I had started running. I had a running girlfriend that had taught me all about the fact that travel advisory was still a thing. I had really thought about it years ago, and then Expedia came out, and it's like they're going to be dead in like 2 years. That's not a career path. Doing the responsible thing was always my calling, and so didn't do it then. And she's like, "Kathy, you're planning your friends and family's Disney trips. Like you can." I was helping them with all the details and what they needed to know and all the things. And she's like, "You can make money doing this." And it was like, "No, tell me more."
Yeah.
Um, and so I started my travel business in August of 2019, right before the world shut down.
Gosh.
Like I said, timing is impeccable.
Yeah. Right.
But I spent that time really getting to know the suppliers I love, the suppliers that are good to travel advisors and want to work with us because they recognize the value we bring to our clients and the stress we take off of them with the clients being on site because we have coached them and chosen the right property or the right cruise ship for them for that trip. And really truly, it's just kind of been up and up from there. I love it.
Wow. So whenever you decide to take that leap of faith and even work for yourself for the line of work that you do as your main work, being able to, is it project management? Is that like the nice
It's
little
part of it.
housing it
It's
sits in?
really operations work. So strategic planning, technology management, and project management are kind of the key things I do. There are others in the field that will handle team management. I dabble in it, but really it's not my thing.
Mhm.
So I like to
Right?
say, no, I
Introvert?
can help you like write the job descriptions. I can help you hire, but I don't want to manage your team for you.
Yeah. Yeah. What is this? How did this all get going for you? Did you already have clients ready to go? Like, that's so scary to start working for yourself.
I didn't. I was tired and I prayed on it. And little bit of backstory, working for a company in Washington State when I was living here in South Carolina, and they were a state agency. So they wanted me at a desk from 9 a.m. their time till 6 p.m. their time. So, like, I'm not a night person, but noon to 9 p.m. was not. I did it for a year and I was literally a disaster.
Yeah.
It didn't give me time to do the things I wanted to do. I wanted to enjoy Greenville, South Carolina, and I couldn't. And after really kind of praying on it and crying on it and like the hot mess that I was, I decided over Thanksgiving that it was like, it needs to happen.
Mm.
And we had a nice way to actually look at it. And that gave me a little bit of a runway because the project I was working on, we were going to deliver one key thing at the end of March. And so I gave notice then that I would be leaving at the end of that, and someone else could pick up the rest of the project at that point. So it allowed me a number of months to actually stockpile some cash and put in some of those parachutes that you need.
Right, right. So when you go and you start your own business, you have to figure out all of that stuff. Where did you go first for like your first clients?
Really, the people I know. Same way my travel business has grown. So my travel business, I like to laugh. I have never had a family member travel with me. They book their travel on their own, and I hear the chaos, and they like to call for advice. And it's like, I'm sorry, I have no pull because I didn't book it for you. Um,
It sounds like me in
but
real estate. Nobody's ever let me help them buy any kind of rental property. They're like, then they just call me like, I paid too much. I'm like, didn't you even tell me you were looking for a rental property? You should have asked me. I've done
yeah,
this for 22 years. You
yeah.
know, like
You ask me when something has gone wrong and we're behind now, and like there's only so much I can do to help.
I have an
Um,
old mentor that's like, you baked that pie. You could have come to me with ingredients, but you eat that pie. Like,
yeah. And I've had to tell people no, where it's, Kathy, what do we do? Unfortunately, I don't have any good advice for you. Like the contract you signed with them says they don't owe you anything, and you're canceling really close to the dates you're traveling. They're probably not going to refund you because they can't book that room.
yeah, yeah.
And so just having the real conversations. But that's one of the other things that like I talk to my clients about is travel protection. We all
Yeah.
like to say it's never going to happen for us. But
It's
like my
insurance.
family,
Whole
we've
thing.
used travel protection and filed claims 3 different times.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah.
And but yeah, so I knew people, I talked about it at work, and so my travel business has been people I knew in my network. That's the power of networking, folks, and the people they knew. So 70% of my business is repeat clients and referrals.
Well,
And
that's
year
great.
over year I've grown. So,
Yeah.
it works.
Man, that's fun. That's fun. So, okay, you're doing all this, you're like a fractional and you're running these multiple businesses, but it's a lot of work. Why do you keep showing up? Why do you keep doing what you're doing? You're crushing it. You're putting in a lot of energy. You keep doing what you do. Like, why? Why?
Yeah. So the why is bigger. It always has to be bigger because the bad days are really bad. Like anybody that says it's all beautiful and like owning your own business, like you're lying. Like let's just be honest, you're lying. Because we all have good days and bad days. But I years ago, I said no to a family trip. And it was the last trip we, as the larger collective family, took together. So I had just taken a job and I was too afraid and not sure of myself because I had been pretty, I'll call it harsh, but I don't know that it was harsh. I had stood my ground in the negotiations of the job. And then this trip was coming and it was like, I can't also ask for the time off. Like that wasn't part of that salary negotiation cycle. And so I didn't go. And that was the last trip my parents took with my sister and her husband and all the kids, and I missed it. And we lost dad back in 2022. And he was suffering from dementia there in the last year and a half, 2 years. The last year it got really bad. A lot of days he wouldn't know who I was, but he told me stories about taking his daughters on vacation.
Yeah.
And that's what he remembered in those days.
Mhm.
And that's everything.
Yeah.
And I said no to one of those trips for stupid reasons. And so my why is A, people need to have the capacity to go take that time off. If you're camping in your backyard, like you just need to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But two, people need to understand there's a way to fix things so that they have the time and capacity to do it. And
Huh.
those are problems I can solve. Like
Uh,
I'm the tech girl. And
yeah.
so it's like I can get in there and fix the techie mess that is all the different systems working together.
And you're buying like all these entrepreneurs time back. business owners back because now they can thrive or grow again or
Yeah, they
oh
can
man, that's
expand
so
their business into new lines they've been dreaming of. Hopefully, they take some of that time, if they're not already doing it, and spend it with their family and their friends and the loved ones, and take those big milestone trips to celebrate a 40th birthday, whatever that might be.
yeah. Oh man, this is so cool to have like such a good strong why that you want to take those missed things you did and make sure no one else has that same situation happen to them. Man, this is so fun. At this point, people are thinking, I want like, do I qualify? How do I find you? How do you want them to come get a hold of you?
Yeah, so the best places to find me are on my websites. So if you're looking for that operations help, it's kfeathersolutionsllc.com, so the business name. If you are looking for travel help, it is kathyfeather.com. Couldn't be easier to remember that one.
Yeah.
And then really truly you can find Kathy Feather on LinkedIn. And if you don't know, if you can't remember the websites and you can remember my name and find me on LinkedIn, you can absolutely find me there and I can direct you where you need to go.
Well, yeah. And if you're like, Tiff, I don't just go, it's in the show notes. Send me a message. I'll get you together with Kathy and you can go hang out with her. She's accessible. She is very diligent in replying to your emails. Me, I'm working on it.
I
and then,
still abide by the inbox zero, and I know it's becoming a thing of the past for people, but I really like a Friday, and I'm not an inbox zero daily. I wish I could say I was, but I'm not. But like on a Friday night when I'm shutting down and like it's inbox zero.
man, that's fun. The only time inbox there was the day Gmail opened for me, and then they sent me that first email that I never opened. So it was never day zero after that. That's hilarious. Okay, two more questions left, so we can get to know you a smidge more. What's next? Like, what's on the horizon?
So, couple of different things that are on the horizon. I am really expanding the business this year on the travel side and really focusing on the travel because I just love it. And you experience so much and you learn to appreciate so much more about what we have when you go out to other countries. You realize how spoiled we are here in the US.
Oh my gosh.
People are like, it's a double bed. Yeah, most places it's a double bed, or you pay extra to get a queen or a king. And so I love introducing people to that for the first time. So I'm really focusing on that international travel, really trying to help those multi-gen families that are a little scared that there's not something for everybody. No, there is. We can build it that way and
Yeah.
really helping them. And then I personally have a group of friends and anybody that is interested in it. I would love to tell you more about it. We're going on Virgin Voyages to experience the solar eclipse in Iceland this summer.
Oh, I
So
love that.
it's a
Gives me chills thinking about it.
15-day sailing, and we're going to visit Scotland and London, and we're going to see the solar eclipse in Iceland. They'll have astronomers and astronauts on board. I'm so excited.
Right in my alley. I love it. This is so fun. All right. My last question to wrap up the show is what is your like golden nuggets of wisdom that we want to leave everybody with today?
Yeah. So first, don't ever be afraid to ask for help because someone has the answer to your problem. So always like talk to your network about a problem you're having. Someone has the answer and it's solvable. Two, you know, take the time off. You you will have another hour to do the work. It will be there Monday morning when you come back from the long weekend. Take the time, spend it while you can. Watching my dad, it wasn't just the dementia. Like he was bedridden for like almost a year and a half there at the end. And before that, pretty immobile. And like you don't know when those days are coming. And so enjoy life while you can and really truly like spend time with your loved ones.
Yeah, that's great advice. You guys take notes. And by the way, go to Kathy's website and go reach out to her so she can be your next main contact for your vacation because you're not even paying her. So that makes so much sense. And then if you need help, my small business owners listening to this, by all means, she loves doing the fun stuff that you don't want to do and you shouldn't be doing in the first place because you're not an expert at it. She is. So, thank you so much for your time, Kathy. I loved having you on, being able to share your story. Um, Everybody who stayed this long, thank you so much for listening. Always happy to have everybody listen to the show. And then I'll see you guys on the next episode. And everybody have a great day.